Time for the July Super Yum Box! I'm excited to see what country we're going to this month with our Super Yum Box. Oops, it's stealing my microphone. Let's see. Oh, fun. Looks like this month we are in India. So you get this really fun info card. And on the back, we have our scorecard where we can rate our yums. And of course, we have our lovely cheat sheet booklet. And I don't always show them each month, but we do also get a set of stickers, which is fun. Woohoo. We have a lot of interesting looking things in here. I'm excited. I'm not sure if we've done India before. I know we've done a bunch of places through Asia, but I don't remember if I've done India before, so I'm excited about this one. All right, I got my snacks all laid out so I can grab them a little easier. And let's start off with our first friend. We're starting strong because it says spicy. Let's spice things up, it says, with Cornitos Nacho Crisps Tikka Masala. I do like tikka masala. Since antiquity, India has natively grown, cultivated, and then proliferated spice throughout the world. No product in this box uses more spice than the tikka masala corn crisps. So we're dissecting each spice in the crisp recipe below in an effort to pick apart the intricate nature and history behind one of India's most famous flavors. There's coriander, chili, cumin, cardamom, ajwani, turmeric, pomegranate, bay leaf, onion, garlic, and cinnamon. You can pause those if you want to read more on each of them, but I have allergy stuff going on and my throat is a bit sore, and I'm gonna be doing good just to read all of our descriptions today. So let's give it a try. Oh, I hope all the spicy stuff doesn't make my throat worse today. Let's see. It's spicy in the good way. There's just so many flavors all coming together. Definitely some heat on the back end, but oh, that's a lot of good flavor. That's one if you just keep eating it, you don't really notice the heat until you stop eating them, I feel like. But that's really flavorful. I really like that. Next, we have the Moong Dal fried and salted lentils. A snack that predates, well, pretty much everything. Lentils are native to India, with archaeological remnants of lentils in India dating back to around 3300 BC to 1300 BC. And it's very likely that this particular snack has been eaten for nearly the same amount of time. Moong lentils, which come from the moong bean, are husked and split, then fried for a crunchy, mellow snack. So mellow, in fact, that this type of lentil in a stew called dal has been eaten by babies for centuries because of its easy digestion. Okay, that sounds interesting. Just gonna try a little handful of them. You know, it almost reminds me of sunflower seeds, only without all of the work of having to shell them. That's pretty good. Yeah, I like that. That's a fun snack. Next we have Fatak Pudin Chili. I'm so sorry for my pronunciation. Crunchy corn sticks with mint chutney. Sounds interesting. One look at this package and there's no denying it. In the 1500s, no one, not even royalty, was eating chili mint Cheetos. What they were doing was drinking spiced water. Shah Jahan, the fifth emperor and visionary of the Taj Mahal, was known for only drinking water cooked with chili, cumin, and coriander. In a way, he embodies a preference for spice that is similarly embodied in chutney, a type of flavorful condiment. Pudini chutney, also known as mint chutney or green chutney, that flavors these corn sticks, is a South Indian fave, made from mint spices and spicy chilies. Well, let's give it a try. What is this flavor? What is that heat? So there was a mint flavor there, but at moments, the way the flavors came together, it almost tasted like dill at one point, and then kind of like just General Pickles at another point, and then it kind of tasted a little dill, and then it tasted a little more mint. And then eventually, once I was done eating it, the heat just like bam, just hit me. And my whole mouth was suddenly on fire just out of nowhere. So that was an adventure. Like for a moment, I was like, this is so strange. I might want to taste the second one just to try to dissect what this weird like combination of flavors is that's going on. But nope. After that heat, I think we're good. I think one and done. We're good. We're good. So this is the Konez Tangy Tomato Corn Snacks with a tomato flavor. Surely this one isn't super spicy, right? Even though tomatoes aren't native to Indian soil, they show up in so many recipes, especially as a sour element in curries. But prior to the 16th century, locals had never even seen a tomato before. At the time, the Portuguese began trading delicacies with the New World, the Americas, throughout the rest of the world. Tomatoes made their way to India at the start of the Mongol dynasty, but they were so expensive that only the truly rich could afford them. A short 300 years later, they were cultivated on Indian soil and became a staple of Indian cuisine, as evidenced by this modern-era tomatoey snack, enhanced with black pepper and chilies. Of course there's chilies. It's Indian cuisine. Why wouldn't there be chilies? We can do this. We got this. Okay. The shape reminds me of bugles. Let's give it a shot. Tomatoey, almost like a ketchup snack. That's not bad. As always, the heat's coming on the back end. Okay. That's hot, but it's not as hot as the last one was. Still not comfortable, but I'm not dying. So that's a plus. Ooh, I think we finally might get something sweet next. I need something sweet. This is Cremica Truffles. Dark cocoa cookies with a gooey center. Okay, not crazy about dark chocolate, but I'll take it. Imagine a world without chocolate. That world was the Mughal Empire. Chocolate only came to India in the late 19th century. European traders and colonizers brought cocoa beans over from South America, and the flavor caught on most prevalently in a cookie eventually called bourbon biscuits, brought to India in 1910. After India's independence in 1947, local production of similar types of bourbon biscuits began, with bakers altering the recipe slightly to make their own versions of the popular treat. Rajin Bechter was once one of these producers, starting Cremica as a one-woman backyard bakery. This particular cookie expands on the influence of the traditional bourbon biscuit with a chocolate outside and gooey chocolate inside. Sounds fun. Let's try it. Okay. I'm very happy with this after all the spicy stuff. That's helping cool my mouth a little bit too. But the flavors are just okay. The chocolate's okay. It almost tastes a little bit stale. I don't know if maybe this particular box is maybe a little older or if that's just the flavor, but it's okay. Next is a candy from our Yum bag. It is Eclair's cardamom flavor, chewy caramel filled with cardamom. While cardamom is a common ingredient in Indian desserts today, back in the day of the Mughal Empire, it was a sign of much more. Chefs would sprinkle the spice liberally on foods served to guests in order to show off the host's wealth and power. Just imagine how this cardamom-packed candy would have been received at the time. A few candies might have set up an early retirement plan. Let's give it a shot. Nice, interesting flavor mixed with the sweet caramel. Because it's definitely a very herby, earthy kind of spice. Mixed with sweet caramel. I don't hate it. That is not bad. But I also don't think I love it. Alright, next we have mini samosas. Stuffed with spicy lentils, cashews, and raisins. I like one of those things. Say hello to India's most famous, most beloved, and most well-traveled snack, samosas. These crunchy, spicy snacks got their start as portable meals for traveling Iranian merchants.
As the merchants made their way across the Asian continent, they brought these tasty little pyramids with them. But it wasn't until a pit stop in India that the snack really caught on and was declared fit for a sultan as written by Amir Khusro, a royal poet of the Delhi Sultanate in 1300. Their popularity skyrocketed across the country, and samosas made their way into the hands of citizens, into supermarkets, over the ocean, and into this box.
See, I want to really like these because I think this is a super fun snack and fun idea. Having these little pocket-sized little treats that are, you know, shelf safe that you can just take with you. I love that. I just feel like they're going to be too spicy for me, which is sad. See, I love them. I love them already. I love this. I just think it's going to be too spicy. All right. Flavor is pretty good. That is a really good flavor. But yeah, it's a bit spicy. We're gonna drink half of my water. I need milk in here instead. Made my nose red. Yeah, see, I love that. I think it's a really fun snack, and the flavors are really great. I love the crispy. But yeah, it's just too spicy for me. I can't I can't just munch on them. They're too spicy for me. I'm a spice wimp. Ooh, is this sweet? I think this is another sweet one. I need something sweet right now. Son Papdi, like an Indian cotton candy with nuts and cardamom. Okay. In the Mughal Empire, one thing was certain: sweets ruled supreme. They were a huge part of the empire's lavish and opulent feasts. Their desserts were intricate and beautiful, and their way of demonstrating beauty and elegance as well as wealth through the many spices that were used. Son Papdi, popular across modern India, especially during Diwali, for its unique texture and supreme flavor, doesn't have a clear origin story. It does, however, have echoes of Mughal desserts in its aromatic flavor and its intentional design for sharing during special occasions. Take a bite and prepare to be as impressed as a guest at a Mughal feast. This thing is packaged upon packaged upon packaged. It was in the box, sealed in a bag, in a container with a lid that is sealed with a These are going to be super fresh, so that's good. Ooh, it is like a cotton candy texture. This is going to fall apart as I try to take it out. Look at that. Yep, cotton candy texture just falling all apart. Good thing the dogs aren't in here right now. Oh my gosh. I'm going to put this in my mouth before it just falls apart even more. That's so interesting. It's sweet and spicy, but not like hot spicy, like herbs spicy, because of that cardamom. So it's very sweet. It's so soft, so flaky. It definitely has that melt in your mouth like cotton candy. It's very sweet and sugary, but then instead of having something like a fruit flavor or something like that, you have the flavoring from the cardamom, which is a very deep herby spice. That is such an interesting combination. Let's see what adventure awaits us next. Okay, so now we have Britannia Biscafe, something. Apologies. Thin and crispy biscuits with a strong coffee flavor. It's hard to say exactly when coffee first made its way to India, but it's spoken of in legend. All the way back in the 16th century, Saint Brother Baba Budan took a pilgrimage to Yemen, where he first tried coffee. He knew immediately that he needed to bring the incredible beverage back to India, except that it was illegal to take the beans out of the country. But that didn't stop this coffee lover. He smuggled 7 of the beans out of the country and back to India, where he planted them on what's known as the Baba Budan Hills, and they still grow coffee there today. I'm not a huge coffee fan. I really like the smell of coffee, but I don't really drink coffee. I'm more of a tea person. But I can sometimes appreciate coffee flavored things, just usually not crazy about them. So I'm curious to see how these go. Okay. It's a nice light little biscuit. Other than the coffee flavor, it's pretty plain. There's not a whole lot going on with it other than that. It's a little bit sweet, but it's not like a really sweet biscuit, just slightly sweet. And the coffee flavor isn't super strong and in your face. It's a faint, you can still definitely taste it, but it's a little bit like a lighter coffee taste. So that, I don't mind that. I like that. Just a little hint of coffee on an otherwise simple biscuit. All right, we have another candy. This is the Mango Max Green Mango. Hard candy with green mango flavor. As trade routes expanded, so did the Mughals' access to various types of fruits. Having a vast selection of fruit to eat was so prized that Mughal royals would have baghs, or royal gardens, that cultivated many different kinds. Mangoes were a part of these gardens as a native plant to India. Mangoes were consumed both ripe, yellow skin outside, and unripe, green skin outside, for two distinct flavor profiles. The flavor of this candy is green, meaning you'll get to try a more sour side of mango. I like mangoes, but I'm not sure if I've ever had green mango, that more unripe sour flavor. Not crazy about sour in general, so we'll see how this goes. Well, it definitely tastes like mango, which I really like, so. It's nice and sweet. It's very mango-y. It's like a creamy center. Oh no, that's good. That's just a nice sweet mango. I like it. Next we have Kata Metha, sweet and salty sago and rice flakes. Towards the end of the Mughal Empire, the British began testing the soil in various regions of India to identify the best spot for tea cultivation, with the aim of breaking the Chinese monopoly on tea. By 1850, tea production had begun in Assam and Darjeeling. 50 years later, India was one of the major tea producers in the world. From tea production stemmed Indian tea culture, which for many involves a break at the chaiwala tea stalls accompanied by a snack like kata metha. This crunchy trail mix of dried peas, nuts, and rice flakes translates to sour and sweet and is the epitome of Indian snacking culture today. Interesting. It sounds like a fun mix. Let's try it. Okay. All in all, I think I like it. Like, that's a fun trail mix snack. But with my first bite, there was some flavor, and I'm not sure what it was, but it tasted a bit like a raw vegetable. I just can't nail down which one. And I'm not sure what in the mix is coming up with that flavor, but it was very odd flavor to me in the mix. But still not bad, just different. Of course, with any trail mix, every bite's a little bit different because you're getting a different balance of flavors each time. But I got some of the sweet, I got a little of the almost sour kind of flavor on another bite. All in all, I think that's fun and interesting, and I think I like that. Now we have the Cornitos Krusty's King Curry Bean Snacks. Airy, super spicy puffs made from kidney beans. Back to the spice. Okay. The year was 1860, and French merchants had made their way to northern India, carrying the latest and greatest goods from Mexico, including a new and unusual red bean, aka kidney beans. They were so popular that they became a staple ingredient across many North Indian households, with a local favorite being rajma, a spicy curry made with red beans, ginger, and loads of different spices. These puffed bean snacks pack the same spicy punch in a light and airy snack. Okay, spicy punch. All right, we got this. Okay, let's try it. That's spicy too. Yep. Okay. The flavor up front was fine. It was nice. Yep. It was very light. Just like the chip. The crisp. And then the heat started to set in with some additional flavor, which was okay. And then that heat just really like settled. It's just like, oh, that's hot. That's hot. Yeah, so fun. Super fun. Okay. Next, I think is another sweet one, which I need. So, Britannia Treat Cozy Cardamom. Sugar-coated cookies with cardamom cream. Definitely like putting cardamom in the sweet stuff. It makes for a very interesting flavor, so I'm curious how it comes across in these.
In traditional Indian medicine, cardamom was once used for treating dental problems, digestive issues, and was an antidote for some poisons. Once the rest of the world got wind of its unique taste, sometimes compared as a cross between citrus and pepper, it became a massive export to Europe and the Middle East. You get a strong punch of cardamom in these cookies, which begs the question, should you even finish them or save them for the worst case poisoning scenario?
I can smell the cardamom already. Let's give it a try. It's a nice sweet cookie sandwich there. A sweet filling. You can definitely taste that cardamom, but it's not nearly as strong as I expected it to be from that description. It's probably just about as strong as it was in the last cardamom candy. Very apparent, but not insane. And I think it blended pretty well with the sweet. And I don't know if it was with other flavors in there or not, but it also seemed to have some citrus notes with it. All in all, that's not a bad cookie. Next up is the Eclairs Choco flavor. Chewy caramel with a chocolatey center.
Again, here's a sweet that definitely was not on the Mughal table, but is a must-have export from today's India. Cadbury first came to India in 1948 and established itself as the dominant chocolatier of India. Their flagship product in India, the Cadbury Eclair, was small and cheap, allowing for it to be purchased by all classes of Indian society as some of their first exposure to chocolate. Over the years, the Cadbury Eclair has given way to India's variants. This one is made by the Indian company Pahal and retains much of the original Eclair's high points, small with just a bit of chocolate to try and delicious.
Sounds fun. Let's see. I like that one. No, it's pretty good. Chocolate and caramel. It works. The flavor of the chocolate inside is a bit different than chocolate flavor I'm used to. Just a little bit, but all in all, still not bad. I enjoyed that. Next we have Crunchy Matar, spicy fried green peas with a big crunch. Of course, it's gotta have spice. During the Mughal era, agricultural practices made such a huge leap towards the peas, one of the world's earliest cultivated plants, became commonplace in royal kitchens. The famous An-e-Akbar, which chronicles the cultural details of the Third Mughal Empire, Akbar's reign, mentions several methods of preparing vegetables. If this booklet is discovered one day as an important trove of how snacks were eaten in the 21st century, let us say now, this pea snack was prepared in a unique spice blend that includes spicy red chili, savory ginger, and tart dried mango powder. Hopefully it's not too spicy. Alright, let's try it. I like the crunchy pea snack. I like that flavor. I don't think it's super spicy. I think we're good. All right. Way to go, pea snacks. Be of interest. I have a few more. That's really nice. I like the crispy crunchy of it. And it's a pretty nice flavor. Okay. Now that I had several in my mouth, it is a little hot. See, I was worried that might happen. But I did it anyway. All right, and that brings us to something sweet again, thankfully. Shortbread fingers. Crunchy, buttery shortbread cookies. I like me some shortbread.
In the years that India was under colonial rule, 1858 to 1947, many British influences were introduced, adopted, and adapted into Indian culture. One of these influences, as discussed, is tea. But it wasn't just tea that was brought over, but all the accompaniments as well, particularly Scottish-style shortbread. This Indian adaptation is denser than its European counterpart, but is loaded with that iconic uber buttery flavor.
Let's try it. It still has that delicious buttery taste. It's still really nice and crumbly and soft. In fact, it's so crumbly that I don't think there's a single unbroken cookie in this box. But they're not in crumbs. They're just kind of snapped in half for the end broken, which is perfectly fine. They still taste just the same. But that's good. That is a really good shortbread. I'm liking that. Lastly, that brings us to our drink, Thumbs Up Cola. The Indian Cola.
The year is 1977, and Coca-Cola is having massive success in India. That is, until the Indian government demands that the company share its highly coveted top-secret formula. Not wanting to give away their trade secrets, the company backed out of the country. That's when a new Indian-made cola called Thums Up hit the scene, becoming India's #1 soda brand by the 1980s. Only to be bought out by Coca-Cola a mere 10 years later. It all comes full circle. In fact, Coca-Cola came back to India in 1993 after regulations changed, but Thums Up continues to reign supreme in India today, beating classic Coke in popularity.
All right, let's try it. Okay. Definitely a cola flavor. Definitely unique. It doesn't taste like Coke, quite like Coke. It doesn't taste quite like Pepsi, thankfully. I'm just kidding. Pepsi's not that bad. I am a Coke girl, though. I definitely think I prefer Coca-Cola. I guess I'm just used to Coke flavor. But in the same way that some people are diehard Pepsi, I could definitely see people being diehard this flavor because there's nothing bad about this flavor. It's just a different cola combination. It's good though. And honestly, I could see this flavor pairing better with all of these snacks that we've had today, especially the spicy snacks and the ones with that cardamom flavor. I could see this flavor of cola pairing better with all of these than a Coca-Cola, drinking a Coca-Cola. Well, that was a box. There were so many spicy things in there. Oh my gosh, there were so many spicy things. There were a lot of really good snacks, a lot of really good flavors and unique and interesting flavors that I haven't had before that were really fun to try. And even a lot of the spicy snacks still tasted really good. They were just too spicy for me, unfortunately. And oh my goodness, are there so many spices. Oh, so many spicy snacks. I'm still a bit of a wimp when it comes to spice. But it was still fun to try all of them. They didn't kill me. A couple of them might have tried. My mouth has finally cooled down enough from some of the sweet stuff and all draining my water bottle, pretty much. And so I can appreciate this box now. But that was a lot of fun, and I think I'm going to go put all these snacks away. But I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!